So,
Without objection.
thank you.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so I have.
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all of the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of pedophiles.
It sounds like those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so here we go again, folks, with these insane Democrats doing insane things, and Kash Patel puts this guy right in his place. This is a great segment right here, another viral moment, if you will. I'm covering all of these just because, you know, Kash Patel just does not play any games. He does not take any BS from anybody. And what's the deal, like, with these irrelevant, silly questions? How many times is Trump's name in the Epstein files? Like, really? Are we kidding ourselves here? Like, does that matter? How is that relevant to anything substantive? It's not. Like, you're a congressman, for crying out loud. How about you do something to make our lives better? How about you do some legislation instead of these ridiculous non sequitur questions, as a matter of fact? Like, that's all he's doing. But we're going to get into all this, so you guys smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. Share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. Click that join button. Sign up and become a member. That's the best way to help this channel expand and grow. But without any further ado, folks, let's just get it.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
Director,
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment, because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's file. It's a simple question. Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files? During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Did
you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in theEpstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No? A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F?
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I
belong to the gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The question has been asked and answered.
You have not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? don't worry if I'm in it?
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
the
because
question
they failed
again,
to meet the muster
Director,
and their constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm
of
going to
this room so
borrow
that you
your
can hear me.
terminology and call
I'm
bullshit
reclaiming my
on your
time.
entire career in Congress.
Reclaiming my
It
time,
has been
Director.
a disgrace to the American
Director, I'm
people.
reclaiming my
You
time.
can
No,
reclaim your
will you
time all you
recuse
want.
yourself?
Mr.
Chairman, you're going to allow a
Protect
witness
the
to
citizens
speak,
of
Mr.
California.
Swag? Mr. Chairman, would you give
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, would you
Mr.
admonish the
Chairman,
witness not to insult members?
Gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman,
the
just
committee will remember.
Quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts since the witness decided to interrupt him continuously?
And the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure
Thank
he has
you.
time to do that.
My question
Gentleman,
is,
continue.
will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The
No.
witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct.
Okay.
That last section right there was just completely funny. Like, this is how deranged these people are. This guy, Eric Swalwell, thinks that Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, is actually going to be investigating Eric Swalwell. Like, asking him to recuse himself from the investigation. Are you kidding me with that? Come on, try something a little bit better. You have nothing on this dude. No Democrat, like all the Democrats are essentially asking the exact same questions over and over and over and over and over again. What does that tell you, folks? That they have no dirt. They don't have any statistics that they can throw at Kash Patel to make him look bad. They don't have any situations to throw at Kash Patel to make him look bad. They don't have anything at all except Epstein. And the problem with going in on him after Epstein for the Epstein nonsense is he's already answered the question I don't know how many times, right? The courts will not allow certain evidence to get out there. Speaking of, let's go back just a second because he asked and, made it sound like he was making sense, and notice he quickly moved right along after he said this.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice.
Yes, that's common sense, my dude. Like, what are you even trying to say with this? Of course the transcripts are going to pale in comparison to the investigative documents that the FBI has. Like, what are you talking about? That's not what the court order is for, by the way. The court order is for all of those hundreds of thousands of documents that the FBI has that they cannot release, for goodness sakes, and are barred from prosecuting anybody related to the Epstein thing. Like, these people are insane. Now, I ain't gonna lie about this. Going over some of this, Thomas Massey covered this, and I watched his segment. I almost covered that one, but he asked a very pointed question. Hang on just a second. Those court orders are for Epstein's previous indictments, not for the most recent one from, 2018 or 2019 or whatever it was. So hang on, there's no court order stopping him at that point from going after anybody tied to the island or whatever. And he kind of dodges the question. So that was curious to me. Like, hang on just a second. You kind of dodged that, dude. Like, what's going on with this? But the original sin, the island stuff that everybody is actually talking about, because what Epstein did after the fact that he got arrested for in 2019 or 2018, whatever it was, you know, it kind of pales in comparison to what he was doing in the 90s and the early 2000s. That's when the whole island was going on, and that's when everybody was going to the island or whatever. It's fascinating, y'all. Like, digging into all this, I still I find it really, really kind of horrifying, if you will, that the courts would cover up for these people and not allow these documents to be released. They've released whatever they can, but I want to know, like, where's the determination made for what gets released and what doesn't get released? Like, how come we can't have any names? How come you can't go after these people that were tied to the island? Like, why is that? What's the reasoning behind this? Why are those records sealed? That's what I would really love to know, is what was going through the court's mind when they decided to seal those records and not allow investigators to actually investigate, to do their actual job. Now, as we've learned, the investigators in the original, they kind of dropped the ball, right? Like, what's the deal going on here? Like, who are they really trying to cover up for? Of course, Kash Patel had absolutely nothing to do with that. But it's like, so let's go back in time here and let's find whoever was the FBI director at that point in time. Let's bring him in for questioning and see if we can't get something out of this. Like, people want to know, but, you know, like I said, at this point, I don't really care all that much anymore. I have no hopes whatsoever of ever learning of anybody that was tied to the island that was going there to get massages from underage girls. Like, I just don't think we're ever going to find that information out if we haven't already gotten that information. There's been so much public outcry from Republicans and now Democrats. But, like, Democrats, when you hear them, it's like, you know, when a toddler, like a 1-year-old that's just learning to walk, falls back on his butt and starts crying. It's like really, that didn't hurt. Like, come on. Like, these people, they're crying foul, they're screaming, they're gnashing their teeth, they're throwing a temper tantrum, essentially, because Donald Trump won't release the Epstein files. Like, we've been knowing Donald Trump was tied to this for a very, very, very long time. Like, once again, folks, you guys were in control of everything. Every freaking thing. During the Biden administration, the first couple of years of the Biden administration. You guys could have released all of that stuff. Or could you? You probably could have went to the courts, and maybe the courts would have agreed. But we don't know. I can't wait to see the victims, because the victims come out and made a massive statement. They held a press conference, and they were talking about releasing their own list. But once again, once we get to that, you know, then that's going to be conspiracy theory, because none of it can be confirmed. It's all unsubstantiated. Every single bit of it's going to be unsubstantiated, because we can't get any hard documents. We can't get any hard evidence. We just must take their word for it. Now, are we going to have some trust in that? Yeah, probably so. But one thing I am wondering, right, that press conference was, what, a month ago? Like, you guys, it should not take you guys that long to make that list. How come that list is not out there? I have no idea what is going on with this and why these elites are trying to cover up for this, like these political elites, essentially, the courts and whatnot, why they're trying to cover this up. Who is tied to this that is causing this, right? Like, there's a hint of globalism in this for sure. Like, the globalists are trying to take over and turn the frogs gay type of thing, right? But it's fascinating. It really is that Democrats, they're continuing to rail about this and making themselves look even dumber. Like, their chances in the midterms are really, really slim to none at this point, considering everything that's going on. We've had all these terror attacks by far left terrorists. It's just been going so crazy that we could talk about this all freaking day long. But I think I am done with my motor mouthness today. So, you guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. You want me to move on, or you want me to keep going? Let me know what you think. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here, and share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. Click that join button sign up and become a member. That's the best way to help this channel expand and grow, y'all. So you guys do all that for me. And y'all remember that God is always with us. And he loves each and every one of you out there. So y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.